My name is Leonard LaFrance. I'm a sergeant at EPD with CSET. CSET's a community safety engagement team. It's a quasi-progressive outreach team that works with homelessness in the community, individuals suffering from mental health and addiction issues. Uplift is our sibling unit, so we're kind of a right-hand, left-hand approach. CSET, we house our officers, and then Uplift houses our outreach workers. So in the community, CSET covers various areas, including the Waterfront Trail in Old Town. For any mental health calls, we cover the whole city. So the CSET's made up of 5 officers, a supervisor, a sergeant, which is myself, an Old Town officer, a MIST officer, who works primarily with mental health clients, and then we have 2 park rangers. So commonly in the daytime, first thing I often do is speak with our community partners. So I talk to Betty Chin, I talk to the Rescue Mission, I talk to the folks down at Free Meal. Occasionally I'll check in with Salvation Army. And then we kind of problem solve. We usually have a project to start the day with. We have a general idea of what we want to do. Often go out and address anyone that's any issues with people illegally camping in certain locations, redirect them towards resources or provide resources, or conduct follow-up with them about housing, going to treatment, employment, a wide variety of things. And once we kind of address those issues in the morning, we kind of dive in and kind of wait to see what the day is going to happen. Often we respond to about 30% of all mental health calls for the city of Eureka, the team does, and so that keeps us pretty busy. On an average day, we spend about 1 to 4 hours at St. Joseph's Hospital addressing mental health folks in crisis and or people on mental health holds. I think the biggest success stories for us is we look at individuals that are causing massive amounts of calls for service, that have an addiction problem and mental health problems. We're able to collaborate with our partners and move them towards treatment and then eventually towards housing. But it really initially starts with street work and street outreach work with them. Getting to know them on a first name basis. They know us, they have our cell phone numbers. We're able to effectively communicate with them, build a relationship, and then move towards services. When I look back at COVID, a lot of it for me is partnership building. We had strong partnerships already with the trifecta, Betty, the Mission, and Free Meal, but we built strong relationships. I consider Betty one of my good friends. I consider the folks at the Mission my good friends. Folks at Free Meal my good friends. And so those bonds help us move forward when we have other challenges, and we can really kind of come together, look at things from different perspectives, and make the best decisions to get the best outcome that we want. It really progressed from us addressing homelessness and COVID from a public health standpoint, ensuring that our community partners were taken care of, that Betty, the Mission, and Free Meal had what they needed, and that included and wash stations, bathrooms, setting up social distancing systems, masks, gloves, hand washing stations, a wide variety of things, and coming together and kind of formulating a plan to really work with individuals that are have mental health problems, so they're not thinking about COVID, they're not thinking about the impact. And so how do we keep those people safe and then keep the entire community safe? And after we kind of addressed the public health issue for about 3 to 5 months, we really transitioned into behavior issues where we're seeing a lot of unwanted behavior, because most of the folks that we were able to get housed or that could advocate for themselves, they got housed. We were able to actually house them either through Uplift or through the home program through the county. So the ones remaining on the streets right now are the significantly mentally ill or addicted. And so we're really trying to address the behavior while still trying to do outreach with them. What I really enjoy about, especially my job here with CSET, is the ability to look at law enforcement from a different perspective, very non-traditional, very progressive. We're still solving crimes, but from a completely different perspective. We're looking at underlying causes, we're looking at things like childhood trauma, we're looking at addiction, we're looking at mental health. And once we address those issues, we're actually solving crime issues. But also, we're doing police work, we're doing investigations. If we have some kind of violent assault or some kind of incident within our homeless community, we can also often solve those quickly because we know people, we know the communities, they know that we actually care about them, and we're usually able to get information pretty quick and solve those issues.